October 7, 2025 was a massive day for the maker community. Qualcomm, the powerhouse behind your smartphone's brain, just announced it's acquiring Arduino, the legendary open source hardware platform that's been the gateway drug for millions of tinkerers, students, and engineers. That's right, the company behind those tiny boards you've probably got lying around your desk is now part of a nearly $180 billion giant. And it's all geared toward blending Qualcomm's AI smarts with Arduino's DIY soul without losing that accessible edge. Alright, straight fire from that October 7th global live stream, the From Blinks to Think launch event, where Arduino's co founder Massimo Banzi and CEO Fabio Violante announced
I'm very proud to announce that Qualcomm acquires Arduino.
this isn't some hostile takeover, it's a strategic hug that keeps Arduino's community first vibe alive while injecting Qualcomm's silicon wizardry, like Edge AI, graphics crunching, and quad core processing for your wildest projects. Why now? Arduino's already got 33 million devs, students, pros, hobbyists who've been craving more power without ditching the simplicity that made the original Uno a legend 20 years ago. Qualcomm's play is to scale it globally, make AI as easy as plugging in a sensor, and keep everything open source friendly, with the closing pending regs, board prototypes turning into real world beasts faster than ever. One similarity among major players like Qualcomm and Nvidia is that they value developers. They understand that the developer community has a significant influence on their market share. It's a massive partnership win. Arduino gets Qualcomm's tech stack and reach. Qualcomm taps into the maker army for Edge AI innovation. Though I gotta say, whispers in the forums have some folks worrying about potential price creeps or clone board drama with those proprietary chips. Cue the confetti because the hero of the show is the Arduino Uno Q. It is a next generation board featuring a real-time STM32 microcontroller paired with a Linux Debian capable Qualcomm Dragonwing QRB2210 microprocessor, bringing a true dual brain design to a single platform. It includes an LED matrix for visual feedback, built-in storage with embedded eMMC, high-speed headers for fast data and expansion, and a quick connector for effortless hardware interfacing. All of this comes in the classic Uno form factor, fully compatible with the existing Shield ecosystem. The board features a USB-C connector for all peripherals. You'll just need a USB hub to connect multiple devices. Unoku also introduces the Arduino App Lab, a brand new integrated development environment that unifies your workflow across real-time OS, Linux, Python, and AI. It comes with built-in machine learning examples such as object detection and more, letting you experiment right out of the box. And with support for plug-and-play hardware bricks, you can easily create your own apps, customize your setup, and run them natively on the Arduino Uno Q. Speaking of crafting these game-changing boards, let's shine a light on the unsung hero behind the scenes. Altium Develop, the PCB design tool that makes it all possible. I was geeking out on the Altium website recently and boom, there it was, Arduino right there in the Hall of Fame, listed among heavy hitters like BMW Group, Dell, Amazon, and Lyft as a company that relies on Altium Develop for their multidisciplinary electronics wizardry. Altium Develop is this powerhouse cloud platform, an out-of-the-box solution that fuses the best of Altium Designer and Altium 365 into one seamless environment for concurrent collaboration across electrical, mechanical, software, sourcing, and compliance teams. It's built for small and mid-sized orgs like Arduino's crew, ditching the silos, friction, and costs that bog down traditional workflows. But it scales for large teams where co-creation is key. Picture this, true co-creation without constraints, where every discipline connects in a shared space with aligned data, context, and purpose. You've got continuous insight flowing in real time. Every change, comment, and decision visible without endless check ins. And it's powered by a peer network that lets you pull in the right collaborators anytime, anywhere for limitless freedom anchored in shared goals. If you're ready to level up from working together to working as one, snag a free trial at altium.com and start unleashing that power without limits, just like Arduino does for boards like the Arduino Uno Q. Let's get real. No board's perfect. So, based on the launch buzz, product specs, and early dev feedback from the forums, here's the raw truth on the pros and cons. On the pro side, it's AI on a budget with Edge AI for audio and vision projects at just $44, democratizing smarts for smart homes or IoT without jumping to pricier single board computers like Raspberry Pi. The dual brain magic of Linux for heavy lifts plus MCU for snappy control creates hybrid heaven for robotics or 3D printers. It locks into the ecosystem in the best way, playing nice with millions of Uno sketches and libraries, quick expansions, and a 3-month free cloud sub. The beginner to pro ramp is smooth with AppLab, making it plug and play for noobs while scaling to containerized AI for pros. And it promises low power at an efficient, approximately 1 watt envelope, great for battery hacks with USB CPD, keeping things simple. But on the con side, it's overkill alert for basic LED blinks or sensors. It's like a Ferrari for grocery runs, too beefy with draw spikes under AI loads, and thermals still unknown. The I/O feels squeezed since most high-speed stuff funnels through USB, leaving classic pins limited versus pure microcontrollers. The base RAM might choke on desktop level tasks until the 4 gigabytes drops. Acquisition jitters make clones trickier with Qualcomm guts. Plus, the Linux plus AI learning curve is steep for pure hobbyists. So stick to basics if you're new. Zooming out a bit to my take on the acquisition itself, because those jitters aren't just noise. Arduino's always been the gold standard for open hardware ecosystems, especially in their core lineup where everything's open source down to the schematics and firmware. But here's where I get a little wary. Take the Uno Q. It's the first in the standard Arduino lineup without full source files available. We are stuck with PDF schematics and a skimpy datasheet for the main SoC, which feels like a step back from that transparent DIY spirit. My suspicion? For Qualcomm, this is straight up a strategic sales play to hook into a community of young engineers who'll carry that brand loyalty into their careers, picking Qualcomm parts for bigger projects down the line. That said, it's not all doom. Raspberry Pi and Broadcom proved you can build a massive, loyal community without handing over every datasheet and doc. Their closed ish approach hasn't stopped the maker magic from exploding. So, yeah, it's a mixed bag, but if it keeps evolving the tech while respecting the roots, we might just see the best of both worlds. Qualcomm plus Arduino could redefine DIY forever, but only if they nail that community trust.